Hello everybody, here we are today and we're talking about Owen Tippett's extension with the Philadelphia Flyers. So before we start, please make sure to subscribe if you're new to me, or I'll keep whatever the case may be. That being said, let's get on into it. So Owen Tippett signs an 8-year, $49.6 million extension with the Philadelphia Flyers, seeing him with this team for nearly the next decade. And this is big. And expectations for Tippett probably were big, for himself and just other individuals, as he was taken in the 2017 draft 10th overall. Now that was with the Florida Panthers, and things weren't always the way you're hoping for him down in Florida. He played 94 games with them. However, he was shipped off to Philly as part of the Claude Giroux trade. You were hoping for, guys like Tippett that were part of this trade, things would go well for them, because Giroux did have a very big impact for the Flyers fans and played a long time with the team. Ended up playing, I think, exactly 1,000 games with them. Anyway, you see this trade happen here. In the first run or stint with the team, wasn't anything crazy. 21 games, 7 points. However, last season did look pretty good for Tippett, as you would go on to see him have 27 goals, 22 assists, and 49 points in 77 games played, or about a 50-point pace. He didn't get to play all 82 games, but nearly scoring 30 goals, nearly cracking 30 points. Not too bad there. This season, he's got 30 points in 46 games played, meaning that he's, again, right at that 50-point mark, and also looks like he's pretty much a lock to have another 20-plus goal season. Now, there is talk about what exactly is he worth, and is he worth this upcoming deal? I would say that the chances are very good that I believe he is, if that makes any sense of what I just said. Last year, Evolving Hockey had him valued at $8.8 million. Whether or not you think that he was, the average annual value for this new deal will be $6.2 million, which could end up being a nice bargain for the Flyers if he continues to grow as a player. Mind you, he is, I think, 24, maybe right around 25 years old. I just did a video over the Flyers, my most recent video, so I should know this, but is a player that, if he is able to grow, then you would say $6 million for him over the next 8 years certainly is not a bad thing, as you lock him up through his prime. And what exactly makes him a good player? There are a variety of things that I do think make him a good player. Defensively, I don't think that he has a positive defensive value from what we've seen in a lot of analytics and stuff like that. But it's more of the offensive game. And I think one thing that is very well talked about with Tippett is the speed. You'll see individuals talk about that, but we actually have proof now with NHL Edge, where he ranks in the 98th percentile for speed burst over like 20 miles per hour, something like that. And he utilizes that speed to be able to help him out, whether that is him getting the puck himself and making things happen, or having a defenseman get him the puck, or just whoever, and he gets a breakout going and then creates opportunities for himself or his teammates. I really love what he's able to do and how he's able to create those opportunities for himself. But another thing that I like too is I feel like he's patient enough to where he's not just going to run up and try to have just a close-up shot on net all the time. He has that ability to shoot from wherever. He will shoot from a variety of spots on the ice, whether it's on the right side, left side, far, high, low, whatever. It really doesn't matter for him. He's not afraid to take shots from different areas. And his release, I think, is something that's fun to watch too. You look at some of the goals that he scores, these aren't going to be crazy slap shots or anything like that. It's just, again, sometimes with these goals, he can get a defender to really panic about whether or not they're going to get blown past, and he is able to take shots from a little bit farther away that turn into goals. So seeing that speed from him is a big bonus. Now, another thing that I really like, where I think that the points totals could go up in the future, is the fact that he's averaging the 4th most power play minutes on the man advantage, obviously, for any Philadelphia player. So that's good. I know the results obviously haven't been exactly what you're hoping for if you're Philadelphia Flames, but the power play in general for Philadelphia has not been clicking the way you're wanting to this year. So if things get better, maybe Tippett sees some value and benefit from that. So with Tippett, that is multiple things that I do like about him. And I think the great thing too is it's not like he is feasting on the power play and having a famine at 5-on-5. I would argue that a lot of his value does come from 5-on-5, because you see just things from all three zones. You see things from Hockey Viz, etc., where you see the offense he creates for Philadelphia at full strength, and I imagine even strength numbers look good as well. If he was one of those individuals where he relied solely on speed. That would be a big concern. But I think with his puck handling and some of the goals we've been able to see this year, have really just been able to highlight the fact that with some of that patience as well, he could be a player that continues to grow. And on top of that, too, with him being able to have good 5-on-5 offensive, value, this is not a situation where it's a player that only feels comfortable on the power play because they can find space there, where with his speed, he's able to create space for himself. Now, could his speed end up falling off a cliff? I mean, with some injuries, hopefully not something that happens. Yes, it could, however, at the same time, with some of the patience that I talked about and with some of the puck handling abilities, I don't think it'd be the end-all be-all. But at the same time, too, with him being like 24, 25 years old, realizing the fact that he, barring major injuries, should be in his early 30s by the time this deal is done, I just don't see that speed just completely disappearing. So all very, very good things you have to feel excited about. And a random thing too that I like to throw in here as well is the fact that out of the 700 plus minutes that he's played this season, I believe that's what I saw on naturalstattrick.com, he has one penalty and it's a minor. So having that ability to be an offensive catalyst for your team, to be able to bring that speed, to be able to not be a guy that takes a lot of penalties, is really, really good. So for Tippett, I am a fan of the deal. The length, obviously, I will always say 8-year deals scare me. However, barring any major injuries, we should see him probably at the least be a 50-point player. Is he going to be getting, the power play time in the future with some of these other players for Philly for their future? I can't tell you. But at the same time, too, if he continues to grow and the ability to be a puck handler and score some of these beautiful goals like he has been are all still there, I don't see Philadelphia looking at this contract and being like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we did this. Why would we give him an 8-year deal? And I would say for Flyers fans, maybe, just maybe, you could go out there and get yourself an Owen Tippett jersey. But anyway, what are your thoughts on this deal? Do you think the value is there? Do you see the future for him to be able to be a star? Let me know all that down below in the comments. Also, please make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Everybody stay safe. Have a great night. And Eagle of Hawk, you all right. Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.